We are heading to stop number 3. Jalan P. Ramlee or clubbing area. Jalan Sultan Ismail. Jalan P. Ramlee. Most entertainment establishments are concentrated in the Golden Triangle. The area Jalan Bukit Bintang, Jalan Impunk, Jalan Sultan Ismail and Jalan P. Ramlee. If you are looking for a laid-back clubbing and we are heading to stop number 4. Kuala Lumpur Convention Center. The latest and most modern convention center in Southeast Asia is the Kuala Lumpur Convention Center, here along Jalan Pinang. The city's strategic location in the heart of Southeast Asia along with excellent supporting infrastructure has made a popular venue for international event, convention, and exhibition. We have arrived at stop number 4. Aquarius and KL Convention Center.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it any later.
Before it gets messy. That's where we came out there, walked around here.
Way up here, then up there, then back.
Yeah. That's right, then we went up there and down there. We did go the wrong way.
Yeah. What's going on?
This way you don't see anything.
We see.
The playground at the back, you see balls.
Yeah, we did see that.
At least I had you out in the fresh air.
Or a hat.
It's at Hong Kong. We'll be hitting that bloody, all those trees on the way there. Yeah.
Our next stop, the Craft Cultural Complex, located on Jalan Conley, is best from Malaysia handicraft, from traditional textiles, jewelry to woven basketry and more. There is also a craft museum as well as arts village of traditional style making and craft products where you can buy directly from the artist and craftsman. We are heading to stop number 5. Karyanekan and Craft Cultural Complex Kuala Lumpur. Karyanekan and Craft Cultural Complex Kuala Lumpur is a well-known handicraft center for Malaysian souvenir items, produced by Malaysian-owned craftsmen and small industry. Established in 1982, this one-stop handicrafts center has welcomed countless visitors, most of whom have brought some memorable mementos with them from here. Check out the Penghulu Abu Sermon House. A true traditional Malay house built of wood, which can be dismantled and rebuilt elsewhere.
Felt that didn't want to get in and out of here, that place. That's its way to do it, so one of the things.
Second off will be a long one.
tourist shopping, dining and entertainment activities such as spa while staying in the many luxurious hotels in the area. Kuala Lumpur, the commercial hub of the country, has its fair share of famous landmarks, historical sites, and heritage buildings, plus its pulsating nightlife to keep the visitors occupied day and night. None of these, however, would be complete without the fun and excitement of bargain hunting within the cool comfort of ultra-modern shopping complexes, or the thrill of browsing among antiques and items in the older establishments of the city. Bintang Walk is Kuala Lumpur upscale and trendy business and entertainment.
Yeah, so we find that train station on the right. That's where we're using it. So that's a day we can spend around here. Half of that.
Yeah, we can come back there.
Yeah. I'm glad I went for that walk because yeah, that
On your left, Menara Maybank and Maybank Numismatic Museum. Further on is Menara Maybank, headquarters of the Malaysian Bank, that is one of the biggest in Southeast Asia. With 55 stories, it is one of the tallest building in KL, before the rise of the Petronas Twin Towers. Here in Menara Maybank at Jalan Tun Perak is the Maybank Numismatic Museum, on the first floor of the building. Set up in 1988, the Maybank Numismatic Museum houses an impressive day. The museum also serves as a center for researches into Malaysia's numismatic history. We are heading to stop number 8. Chinatown. From the mushrooming modern urbanscape of high-tech buildings, let's move on to the earlier, more historic section of KL. South of the Kuala Lumpur city center, lies an old commercial quarter known as Chinatown. Chinatown has a bustling city market serving as a bargain hunter's paradise, and one of the premier shopping areas in the city, with its distinctly oriental atmosphere. If you are looking for cheap clothes, fabric, souvenir, electronic items, watches, DVDs, CDs and more, then the Peddling Street is the place. The Peddling Street is particularly famous for its all-day parade of stalls that sells goods of all sorts. Bargaining here is an absolute must. Bargain hard but friendly. It's the ideal place to test your bargaining skills. The area attracts both many locals and visitors in search of bargain items. Sri Mahamariamman Temple. Kuala Lumpur's oldest and most ornate Hindu temple, Sri Mahamariamman in Chinatown. The story of the Sri Mahamariamman Temple is connected to that Temple Sri Pillai, the richest and most influential Indian in Kuala Lumpur of the late 19th century. We are heading to stop number 9. Central Market. Nearby Pateling Street, pay a visit to the famous Central Market, a cultural cook shopping mall. In the vibrant Central Market, known in Malay as Pasar Seni, craft, music, was Kuala Lumpur's first energy-efficient building. We have arrived at stop number 9. Central Market.
Jangan.
Moorish-style structure that was completed in 1910, to replace an older station on the same site. The station was the main Kuala Lumpur's railway hub in the city for the Federated Malay States Railways and Malayan Railway until 2001, when new KL transportation hub KL Central was opened. And just opposite the railway station is KTM, Malayan Railway headquarters, which was completed in 1917. The landmarks were notable for its architecture, a unique Anglo-Asian architecture, adopting a mixture of Eastern and Western designs. Now East Colonial Air Landmark, which remains open for commuter train as well as luxurious Eastern and Oriental train. Heading to stop number 10. Little India. Brickfields is KL's Little India and used to be a simple residential neighborhoods just outside KL but had transformed into a wide street with Indian stores and restaurants run by the country's Indian community. Little India is now one of KL's trademark tourist hotspots. The shops and streets traditional Indian goods to spices where vendors blasting Bollywood music along the bustling road, with flowers and colorful stacked saris make for a spectacular photo shot. We are heading to stop number 11. KL Central. Kuala Lumpur Central is the Malaysia's largest transit hub, which was opened in 2001. Supports 6 rail networks: the KLIA Express Rail Link, KLIA Transit, Putra LRT, KTM Commuter and Intercity, and KL Monorail. It's Kuala Lumpur mainland getaway. Surrounding KL Central is also an exclusive urban center development with office towers, shopping complex and apartment buildings integrated within a live, work, and play environment. We have arrived at stop number 11. KL Central.
That looks very similar to mine. You don't see them up.
That's what I know. You don't. That's the thing with the different bunches. Yes, it's a good day. Oh, that one's going to sleep for a long time. Get it 4 o'clock in the morning. You can get back to bed now. I'm going to have to share away with you.
Stop number 12. Museum Negara or National Museum. Museum Negara or the National Museum is housed in handsome complex built in traditional style roofs. The Malaysian region's inhabitants have an ancient history with prehistoric tools discovered dating from as old as 100,000 years ago. The museum boasts galleries that showcases the natural wealth and we have arrived at stop number 12. National Museum. belt beginning from this federal hill area that serves as an important green lung amidst concrete jungle of the city, providing clean air and helping to reduce the temperature. The green belt consists of the Federal Hill, Lake Garden, the surrounding areas of the Parliament, and Bukit Tungku. It combines almost 310 hectares. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kuala Lumpur. And welcome aboard KL Hop-On Hop-Off City Tour Bus. Sit back, and allow your senses to enjoy KL sights, sounds and scents. Just hop on and hop off at any of our stops you please. We are now heading to stop number 13. National Palace. National Palace is the official residence of the Young Dipertuan Agong, the head of state of Malaysia. It is located along Jalan Tunku Abdul Halim in northern Kuala Lumpur. The palace was opened in 2011 to replace the old palace, which was located at a different compound in central Kuala Lumpur. This hilltop national palace has an area of over 90 hectares with 22 domes, and is split into three main portions: the formal component, royal component, and administration component. Among the most important ceremonials held here are coronation of Young Dipertuan Agong, which are held every 4 years, an annual conference of rulers attended by all the state's Royal Highness Sultans, Young Dipertuan Negeri, state's chief ministers and prime minister of Malaysia. You can watch changing of guard takes place in front of the National Palace, daily at 12 o'clock with the 1st Battalion, Royal Malay Regiment of the Malaysian Army, in Malay traditional attire providing the guard alongside the Mounted Ceremonial Squadron of the Malaysian Royal Armoured Corps. For your information, our last trip to stop number 13, National Palace, will be at 4:30 p.m. view of the Lake Garden, is the Parliament House, which symbolizes to democratic principles that are practiced in Malaysia. This hilltop spot in the Lake Garden area was chosen in December 1959, just 2 years after independence, as a place to build the Parliament building. Tugu Negara, National Monument and Asian Sculpture Garden. The National Monument or Tugu Negara was created to recognize and honor those who gave their lives in the cause of peace and freedom, particularly during the nation's struggle against the spread of communism, which brought in the emergency period of 1948 to 1960, against the communist insurgency. Jalan Cenderawasih. When you have had a feel of history, move on Jalan Cenderawasih and enjoy the fascinating green review of the Lake Garden. In the various flora and fauna parts of Kuala Lumpur Lake Gardens, one is treated to a glimpse of the unsurpassed the beauty and variety of nation's plants and animals. Butterfly Park. With over 6,000 butterflies, the KL Butterfly Park was built to replicate natural habitats, a tropical rainforest. There is also an insect museum within the park, and more than 15,000 of various plant species, making it a botanical facility in itself. It promised to be an enchanting experience. Deer Park. The deer park located near the lake itself let visitors feed the tame animals. There are a few species big and small. Look closely in the grassy areas and you may see the tiny deer, the small and shy mouse deer, which is the smallest hoofed animal in the world. The deer park is a free attraction and no entrance fee is required. We have arrived at stop number 14. Lake Garden. Orchid Garden. The first theme area within the Lake Garden is the Orchid Garden, which was opened in We are heading to stop number 15. KL Bird Park. Kuala Lumpur. We have arrived at stop number 15. KL Bird Park. National Planetarium. Tun Abdul Razak Memorial. The Tun Abdul Razak Memorial is dedicated to Malaysia's second Prime Minister. The late Tun Abdul Razak. It was set up to preserve relevant documents, library materials, personal belongings, and artifacts belonging or relating to the late second Prime Minister. National Planetarium. Sitting majestically under hilltop in the city's lake garden, the National Planetarium is a beautiful blue dome structure. Opened in 1994, the National Planetarium represents Malaysia's march towards becoming a progressive technological society. Police Museum. There are a surprising number of small museums tucked away in nooks and crannies around Kuala Lumpur that many people don't know about. One of these is the Royal Malaysian Police Museum between the National Mosque and Lake Garden. Islamic Arts Museum. The magnificent Islamic Arts Museum of Malaysia is not to be missed, as it houses some of the finest insignificant exhibit of Islamic art outside of Arab world. It was officially opened on December 12, 1998. It is a testament to an effort to promote the art, heritage, history, and architecture of Islam and can be visualized in 12 permanently galleries, from the first levels to the fourth. We are heading to stop number 16. National Mosque. Malaysia's National Mosque, nearly the old railway station along Jalan Sultan Hishamuddin, is a unique building. Its main dome is designed in the shape of a multi-pointed star representing the 13 states Malaysia and the 5 pillars of Islam. The dome also has the appearance of a partly open umbrella, which symbolizes the aspiration of a then new independent nation when the mosque was built in 1965. We have arrived. Number 6. Check out the beautiful Mughal Islamic style railway station located on Jalan Sultan Hishamuddin. We are now heading to stop number 17. Independence Square. Merdeka means independence, and thus this spot in Kuala Lumpur occupied a very significant place in Malaysian history. A 100-meter-high flagpole marks the spot where the Malayan flag was hoisted in August 31st, 1957, signifying the independence of the country from British rule. At the peak of its popularity in colonial times, it was a central gathering point for the British and also a cricket green. Merdeka Square is surrounded by historic colonial buildings such as Sultan Abdul Samad Building, the Royal Selangor Club, National History Museum and Textile Museum. Today Merdeka Square is the venue for Independence Day celebrations and parade. and also a popular venue for various other events such as open-air concerts, carnivals, and marathons.
ایستگاه بعدیش کجاست؟ We have arrived at stop number 17. The Jalan Raja Lawud and Jalan Tuanku Abdul Rahman area is one of the most bustling street and modern office tower which project an unbounded spirit of progress and symbolizes Malaysia's unhesitating leap into the future. Not to forget, it is also prime shopping area, where you can shop from modern shopping complexes to pre-war period shop houses. We are heading to stop number 18. It features colorfully an attractive local batik motif on its side wall. On your right, there's a few shopping PWTC. Here along stop 19. Quite a number of hotels, both big and small, including budget hotels within old shop houses where a bid for the night can be very affordable. These budget hotels especially popular with backpackers who would like to taste and experience live in the business city. Here at stop number 19, you can access the famous Kampung Baru by across the street and keep looking Jalan Raja Alung. We have arrived at stop number 19. PWTC. Kuala Lumpur replaced Klang as the state capital of Selangor. Frank Swetnam, the British residents of Selangor, chooses KL as its administrative centre and oversaw the rebuild of the city, ordering the new construction of building in bricks. He also initiates the construction of the Klang, Kuala Lumpur Railway. In 1896, the British got the Sultan of four states to unite under the umbrella of the Federated Malay State. Discover a prominent attraction while fascinating Malay architecture and tropical recreational park await. Check out this Palace of Culture is with a large set-up blue roof. It is among the top 10 most sophisticated theaters in the world. Here, visitor can enjoy performances from the National Symphony Orchestra featuring Malaysian talented young musician. Nearby there is National Art Gallery, which boasts a collection of more than 2,500 work of art. It has a floor space of 15,000 square meters with work of art spread over 5 galleries. We have arrived at stop number 21. Palace of Culture. Next in line is the National Library with the unique patterns roof, which is in publication on Malaysia by Malaysian authors as well as Malay ancient manuscript. In the last 2 decades, there has been a major boom construction in Kuala Lumpur, which now has one of the most impressive skylines in Asia. Skyscrapers has shot up in Kuala Lumpur, formerly a colonial outpost, has become one of the most lively, advanced, and vibrant cities in Southeast Asia. You can see gleaming of ultra-modern skyscrapers standing magnificently amidst rows and rows of quaint century-old 2-story shop houses. Today Kuala Lumpur is a mixture of old and new, a garden city and a tapestry of architecture styles. The Petronas Twin Tower are the icons of modern Malaysia and indeed possibly of the new Asia. When they were completed in 1998, they were recognized as the world's 2 tallest buildings. Today they remain the tallest twin building in the world. The Petronas Twin Towers are a commanding sight. Gather with other developments in the area known as the Kuala Lumpur City Centre. KLCC symbolizes Kuala Lumpur and Malaysia's rapid rise as a newly industrialized nations. The whole site sits on what is used to be the Selangor Turf Club grounds. On the 41st and 42nd floor, sits the 58.4-meter long sky bridges connect the 2 towers of the Petronas Twin. The double-deck sky bridge stands 107 meters above the street level. Arch the fourth floor of the Kuala Gateway to the city center of Kuala Lumpur. Allowed only 10 minutes on the bridge, as to avoid congestions. shopping mall built in Kuala Lumpur, and surprisingly it's still operated. It's called Ampang Park Mall. We have arrived at stop number 22. Citibank Tower. LCC or Petronas. We have arrived at stop number 22. Citibank Tower and we have arrived at stop 23. KLCC or Petronas Twin Tower. Dear all customers, please be informed that stop number 23 is our last stop. We will Jalan Empang. There are also several luxurious hotels, Hotel Maya, the Renaissance, and New World Hotel and others, plus clubs and restaurants and even a Malaysian Chinese school. Sadly enough, some of the old heritage buildings have been demolished to make way for modern development. We are heading to stop number 1. Malaysia Tourism Center, Matic. The tastefully refurbished colonial building in which the Malaysia Tourism Center, Matic the Palladium Villa, High Commission of Pakistan. The Palladian Villa style is one of the most attractive architectural styles in those days, which is popular in England in the 1700s. This style, as can be seen here in the Pakistani High Commission, was actually based on certain regulations, established by Andrea Palladio, who was one of the famous architects, during the Italian Renaissance. The Palladian style was quite common in England as well as part of Europe. Lumpur, which in the Malay language means muddy confluence or muddy estuary, reflects the city humble riverine beginning. In the 1850 the Malay chieftain of the Coastal of Port Klang and member of the Selangor royal family Raja Abdullah, sent a group of 87 Chinese miners together with these officials, to prospect the tin in the upper Klang Valley of Selangor state. At that time, tin was in huge demand with the full swing of the Industrial Revolution in Europe and America, which is needed durable, lightweight, rust-resistant metal to help fuel the industrial expansion. These miners made a settlement camp where Klang and Gombak River flow quietly together forming a muddy but tin-rich delta. More tin was found in the surrounding areas and the camp immediately became a settlement which quickly grew into a town and expanded rapidly to become a thriving city. This modern but multicultural metropolis is now simply called KL. The muddy confluence is still there in the middle of the city at the location of the Jamek Mosque which our route shall pass by. Telecom Museum. Standing pretty among Kuala Lumpur skyscraper at the junction of Jalan Raja Cholan and Jalan Garage is a unique two-story building with a neoclassical Greek facade. Dating 1928, this is Telecom Museum. The building itself was used as the telephone exchange in the early day. We are now heading to Bukit Nanas, which means Pineapple Hill, passing Menara Kuala Lumpur or KL Tower. The green area here, the Bukit Nanas Forest Reserve, is a lovely original tropical rainforest. Nature lovers can get the away mad rush off city life. Right here in City Forest Reserve, this is a 10.5 hectares nature haven in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. The large stretch forest reserve left in the concrete jungle, the reserve also stretches to the base of Kuala Lumpur Tower. We are heading to stop number 2. KL Tower. To further enjoy the origin in Kuala Lumpur, head up to KL Tower. It's a telecommunication tower, built in the shape of a gassing or Malaysian spinning top. With many tourist attraction and is the best place get eagle's eye view all around city from the tower observation deck. We have arrived at stop number 2. KL Tower.